Hey folks, welcome to Seawaywhiskywire. I am back with another first impression video, guys. This time we've got another single malt release from our friends at Bridgeland Distillery with the Barnburner single malt. So go watch the intro, come on back, we'll pop the top, pour it out, and see what it has to offer. Stick around, guys. Well, hey folks, thanks for coming back after the intro. I'm Tyler, and tonight at the bar, I'm going to pop the top on this and give you guys my first thoughts and opinions on the Barnburner Whisky from Bridgeland Distillery from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Before I do, let's get into the overview and the story behind the naming process of this, because, you know, as Bridgeland can sometimes be, the naming is very tongue-in-cheek. So what are we dealing with here? We've got ourselves the Bridgeland Barnburner Whisky, single malt, single cask, from Bridgeland Distillery. Comes in with an ABV stamp of 53.4% ABV, non-chill filtered, no color added, just the way we like it, folks. And the story behind this one's very interesting. So it is made from heavily roasted penhold malted barley from red shed maltings. That was the result of a very close call, they're calling it, that almost became an actual barn burner. You know, so they picked up this heavily roasted barley from red shed. I think there was almost an opportunity where the barn did burn down, but then the crop would have been lost. But they held on to it and they distilled it and they used it and processed it in this whiskey, and this is what became of it. There's nothing of an age statement on this, but you know, it does mention a lot of things like richness and boldness, and I'm all about richness and boldness in my whiskeys, guys. So we'll get into this here and see what the release has to offer from our folks over at Bridgeland. Again, it's Canadian single malt. I love Canadian single malts. I love Bridgeland, and I love some of the stuff they're doing. And this one here just screams to me. So I'm gonna pop the top on this. If I can't get it off here, you'll see a video at it. But I've been having pretty good luck lately with some of these, and just like most of the Bridgeland stuff, right there, a little cork pop. Beautiful. I love the presentation on Bridgeland too. Let's give that a second to kind of acclimate there and just take a look. I think they released this on Canada Day, folks, and it is a beautiful bottle, beautiful labels, lots of information on it. I'm not going to get into it. I haven't actually read too much information other than just what came in the mail to me, featuring the boldness and the richness. But yeah, beautiful presentation, craft presentation from a great distillery out there in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, from the folks at Bridgeland. And this one here, if it's anything like their Glenbow, which I don't think it's going to be like their Glenbow just because of the heavily roasted barley, but you know, I've had some roasted barley whiskeys, found them to be hit or miss, but this one being heavily roasted with some more boldness and more richness, I'm interested in it. So let's go in and take a quick look at the color here. Again, first impressions, I haven't had a chance to really overly analyze this. I believe it's matured in charred American oak. I don't know if it's new oak. It's got a nice amber hue to it there, with a tad orange on the edges. Beautiful little single malt. All right, let's get into the nose, see what we can pick up on this barn burner from Bridgeland. Again, first impressions, so it's my first time nosing this, and give you my first thoughts and opinions on the nose. It definitely has a little bit of that Glenbow in there, in a bit, just a touch of tropical note, but they're more what I would like maybe say as more of a grilled mangoes, grilled pineapples, maybe some banana in there, almost like a banana Foster, banana and caramel, banana ice cream. I'm getting some notes of tobacco on there too. I would say like a Colorado shade cigar tobacco, so like a medium tobacco, some espresso, like an Americano, you know, straight black. Yeah, maybe some bittersweet chocolate in there too. And then I'm just getting a little bit more fruit, some pear notes. Very interesting nose. 53.4%. Nothing offensive on the nose. There's no alcoholic burn, nothing like that. A lot going on for it. Fairly complex. And now I'm getting that nice banana at the back end. Very nice. All right. Well, we've given it a shot on the nose here. Let's go into the palate and see what we can get out of this one here. Again, first impressions on Bridgeland's the Barnburner Whisky, single malt, single cask, 53.4% ABV, non-chill filtered, no color added, just the way we like it. So cheers to your health. Let's get into it. first impressions, mouth feels fantastic. Nice and oily, not overly chewy or that, but it does have a little bit of texture to it there. Nice and oily coating. It does come in a bit hot at that 53.4%. I did expect it, and it delivered on that. But it doesn't just pulverize your taste buds without giving you a good dose of flavor too. You know, right off the bat, caramel, vanilla, chocolate pudding, espresso. I'm getting some peanut butter, like toasted peanut, like crunchy peanut butter, toasted peanuts in there. It's got a nice bit of creaminess to it. One more sip, guys. Tasty dram. You do get some of that fruit too. The fruit is more muted. It is more bigger richness. It definitely has some tobacco note in there. More, it's darker, not quite a Maduro shade tobacco or like a real deep tobacco or heavy tobacco, but it's still in that medium range, but more so than on the nose. Those espresso notes. It's like chocolate covered espresso beans going on now. And then there's some cherries in there. The mangoes have gone and turned kind of into an orange, and now I'm getting a tiny little bit of apple and pear and some nice banana. It's very, very interesting because it has that kind of that remnants of that remembrance of the Glenbow in those fresh and tropical notes, but then it just comes at you, aggressively a little bit with the 53.4% ABV note, coming at you more aggressively with those flavors. But they're not overly pulverizing to your taste buds. They're not stinging. It's there. It's a little bit hot, but it's not to the point of like burning you up. And the heat is more of a cayenne pepper, white pepper note, and it really is kind of at the end there. A little bit of oak hug at the end as well. Yeah, very dessert-like in its presentation as far as the nose and the palate is concerned. And it's very tasty, very strong, very sweet, and then with this bitter component. And it just really delivers again. I'm gonna go in for one more sip, guys. Now I'm really getting the chocolate notes and that espresso at the end of it here. They were nice to send this over to the channel for me to take a look at. So folks over at Bridgeland, thank you again very much for sending this over. Really appreciate it. Very good whiskey. Very interesting. I'm gonna have to try it a little bit before I do a formal review. I'll do some playing and tinkering around with some water. I think the water would really open it up a little bit more. But for something made from heavily roasted barley that, literally almost became a barn burner and burnt down something at Red Shed, this is a wonderful dram with wonderful flavors and very punchy, and you get a lot of whiskey in this little bottle at that 53.4% age stamp. So thank you guys very much for sending it over for me to take a look at. And yeah, we'll see what comes of it. I'm going to do a formal review as I work my way through it here. If it's anything like the rest of the stuff from Bridgeland, which, initial thoughts are pretty good, I think I'm going to be impressed with it as well. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in this week. Really appreciate it. If you like what we're doing here at Seaway Whiskey Wire, you guys know the drill. Like and subscribe down below. And hey, don't forget to check me out on Instagram at Seaway Whiskey Wire for more content. And don't forget to go check out Bridgeland. I'll put their contact information down in the description below. Go check them out on the website. You'll be glad you did. And if you guys are still hanging around this long in the video, watching me almost struggle with a bottle from Bridgeland here to crack open and get into a nice Canadian single malt, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Love coming down to the basement. I'm on vacation right now, so it wasn't after a long day's work, but you know what? We still had some stuff to do from Mrs. Seaway and Minnie Seaway and I to get ourselves prepared for our vacation, which is actually going to happen tomorrow. So more to come on that, potentially. We'll see. Thank you guys very much. All the best. Take care, and I'll see you around. Bye for now, guys.